What is going on, everybody? Gavin Powers, Powers Exotics, back at it again with another video. And if you're seeing the video that comes out after this, yes, I'm filming these videos back to back, so that's why I'm in the shirt. I haven't even left the cage yet between videos. So anyways, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know who's I picked up 2 new exotic cats. So we're going to cut to me a couple weeks ago. Gavin Powers Exotics back getting another video, and it looks like I've been crying, but I'm tired. I did not sleep at all last night because I had to set up a quarantine area, and so my eyes are just watering because I'm yawning all the time. But you already seen the thumbnail. We're getting 2 new exotic cats today. We'll just cut to whenever we get them. I'm waiting for them right now, so we'll see you guys in a minute with the cats. Yeah. Gunther, I was told he was a Bengal when I got him. The friend of mine who gave him to me did unfortunately pass away, so yeah, I was pretty upset about that. This was a few weeks ago, but she told me he was a Bengal, but she was kind of sick at the time, so she kind of was a little confused. So she told me the wrong breed, but the original breeder I was able to contact. She'd give me his info. And Gunther is actually an Ashira, which is a Bengal Savannah mix, and that means he is part serval, part Asian leopard cat, and part house cat. So he's a triple hybrid. He's only like 2 to 5% serval and Asian leopard cat, mostly just house cat, but still, he's got pretty patterns. And here he is compared to Chaos, an African wildcat. They're not breeding. She doesn't even really like him. I'm just out here monitoring her so she can come outside and play without him trying to breed her and without them fighting. So I'm just out here monitoring them. See, she does not like him very much at all. See, she'll hiss at him if she goes near her. So I'm on patrol duty to make sure that they don't do anything inappropriate. So yeah, she does not like him at all. I had to watch them. So yeah. Now we're going to cut to the other cat we got, Duchess. She's inside. So we'll cut to her in just a second.
Here she is. She's a pretty little Egyptian Mal. Ancestor, or the first ever domesticated cat breed. She's a pretty girl. Hey! Oh, she got the scratchies. Pretty spots. They have some stripes. They have pretty green eyes. Oh, it's really cool.
Okay, everybody. So now that we're done with the cats, we are back in... Make sure we're zoomed out. Okay, we're back in the animal building, and it's looking a lot different than the last time you guys saw it. So we're gonna flip the camera around and show you what all I've done. Okay, so we have some enclosures here. The frog enclosure you saw in, I believe, the last video. I took him out and moved him back up to the house because we were doing some sanding in here. And I know frogs are really sensitive to that kind of thing, like the dust and all that. So I moved him in there. It's back inside, so I took him out of his enclosure. I could move the entire enclosure in there, but there's really no space in the animal room up at the house right now, so I just left the cage down here, put him back in his little old quarantine cage. The golden gecko's right here. I brought her back down here because why not? And these 2, I don't know if I've shown them on the channel yet. I really can't remember, but they'll be in the tour video. Well, especially him because that's his quarantine. That was his quarantine cage. He's going into a 4x2x2. Still a baby, so he's fine in there. But you guys will see him whenever that video happens. So yeah. We painted the walls eggshell blue. Could do another layer, but you're not gonna see the walls anyways because there's gonna be cages on the wall, so there's no point in doing a second layer and wasting time. I have some wood right there. We're gonna go outside and paint those white, probably later today. You're not gonna see that in the video. And we're gonna lay baseboard down. I have to put more outlet covers on these because I have micro geckos and they'll go up in there. Do not put your hands in outlets, folks. I just did that because why not? So yeah, of course, gotta clean up in here. We got the freezer over there. Gotta get all the supplies off of it. These tanks have got all kinds of building supplies in there that need to go back to my grandma's house because most of those are owned by my grandma's. I still need that to build some custom shelves. That's also my grandma's because mine broke, so I had to use my grandma's. We're gonna be laying some trim board around this too, so this will look better by the time more animals are brought in here. I'm probably gonna bring some more animals down here today, just some geckos and stuff, because we got the temperature and all that in here, and everything when we're doing in here won't be stressful, and we're done using chemicals. Not chemicals, but anything that has fumes, so paint, primer, wood glue. We're done using all those, so it's safe to bring animals in here because laying the baseboard down won't really bother them. And yeah. And the paint's gonna be being done outside on these baseboards, so they're not gonna be affected by any kind of paint fumes, so they'll be safe. And also when we stain the shelves are gonna be getting stained outside, so again, the animals should be safe. Their enclosures are just gonna be lined up against a wall, and it's gonna be kind of ugly for, I'd say, probably the next 2 weeks to a month. But yeah, you see another baseboard needs to go there. Chris and Lisa and the baby. I don't know who Chris or Lisa or the baby is. That was on the building when I got it. I have no clue who those 3 people are. Hope they're doing well in life though. Yeah, we got the light system set up. Yeah, gonna be putting most of this in the storage building. That's not part of the zoo at all. It's just a storage building for the house. All these old glue cans and paint cans and stuff. Cause, well, we had a lot of leftover materials because we kind of overbought stuff. We kind of thought this was gonna be a bigger project than it was. Cause I've only ever renovated one building, and it was a tiny building, and it did take a lot of materials, but looking back, I did that building completely wrong, which is why you've never seen me use that animal building, because we insulated it wrong, we put the drywall up wrong and everything, and it would not hold any kind of temperature, and it would get really hot in there. And so I had the animals in it for like 3 days. It got really hot one day. I took the animals back inside, and then the next day it got over 100 degrees in there. So thankfully I got the animals inside just to test it out, because I had them in there for a little while. It got hot one day, but it wasn't deadly hot. Put them back inside just to test out the next day, and the next day it got over 100 degrees. So we don't use that animal building anymore. It's a storage shed now. Now, I am still considering getting that old building. It's on the other end of the property. It's an 8x8. I am considering taking that building, putting it down here next. Oh, didn't mean to put the camera over there. Putting it next to this 12x20. Make sure we're zoomed out, okay? Putting it next to the 12x20. And whenever it's next to 12x20, I do want to make that the sugar glider room. So that way we can have the sugar gliders separated from the reptiles, because that originally was going to be a glider building. Now, I had that building, but really before I had a reptile collection. But at the time, I only had like Green and Knoll, who you see in some of my older videos. I had him for years and years. He passed away about a year or two ago. I had Bert the tree frog, who I still have. I had Draco the leopard gecko, who I still have. That's all I might have had Lafayette the crested gecko. No, I didn't. No, did I? No, I didn't, because I got Lafayette the following year. So we didn't even have Lafayette at the time. And I've had Lafayette for probably 3 years now. So, nope, 2.5, almost. So yeah, so that's been a while back since that building was a thing. It's been about 3 years now. So, dang it, time flies. That's been 3 years. That was during the time period where I took a break from YouTube. I actually started doing TikTok, but not even for animals. I started doing a gaming TikTok that I got a lot of. It surprisingly blew up. But you can't really support a channel when you only play one video game. I played Hunter Call the Wild only, so that channel did fail. I'm just rambling, but why not? I just feel like talking about the animal building. So yeah, we're gonna go back over what I plan to do with the animal building in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna spoil something for the next week's video. I got the PetSmart display cages that they sell their animals in. Like when you walk in the store, they have the birds for sale. They have them in a giant glass cage that they hold them in, and they take them out and sell them to you. They were getting rid of all those and all of their display aquariums. Like the aquariums they put the sellable fish in, not the aquariums they have for sale, the ones they hold their fish in. They got rid of all of them, and I got all of them. I'm gonna do a solo video on that, but you'll see that coming. So the big bird display cage would be great for, I believe, Brazilian short-tailed possums are what I want to do for it. And there's a top section, I do want to do African pygmy mice, not African pygmy dormice, African pygmy mice. So I'm probably gonna put it up against that wall, but the issue is it has a glass front and the doors are wire on the back. So if I'd have to face the glass against the wall and it would just be a wire cage, and that would kind of be a waste of the glass side. So I'm probably gonna put it center aisle, have the glass facing that side, the wire on the back, so that way if you walk down this aisle and look that way, you'll see the animals on the glass side, and I'll put a black backdrop along the door side, so that way it just looks a little nicer. And then the back wall will be for gliders, and I'll probably have enough room to do a small reptile shelf right here. Right here where the AC unit's gonna be, there's gonna be a shelf built along this wall, but I'm gonna put a wall next here with the insulation foam on each side, so that way the tanks on each side of the AC won't get too cold. And also on the bottom of it, there will also be the same thing, and above the top probably as well. So I'm gonna have my New Caledonian geckos and my cave geckos right here, because they like it a little cooler, so they won't mind being near the AC, but the AC won't be directly hitting them. And also the AC's turned up more than normal right now, because I've got a buddy coming down here to help me cut these trim boards later, so I'm keeping it kind of cool in here for him, so that way he doesn't die of a heat stroke, and neither does my grandma, who's also coming by later. to bring me the paint to help it, because she's got some paint at the house, so I'm just waiting for her to bring it by, or at her house, because I don't see the point in going and buying paint when my grandma already has it from redoing her kitchen last year. So right here, the new Caledonian shelf is probably gonna end like right here. I'm gonna face this freezer the other way. I'm gonna put 3 4x2x2 enclosures. One of them is gonna be for that little guy, and another one's gonna be, I wanna get a rescue bearded dragon or something, and maybe something else, I don't know. I kinda want a jeweled Lacerda, but I don't know if they get too big for 4x2x2. I haven't really researched them that much. I just know I kinda want one. So I had to look into them. I'm considering them. I'm gonna put a shelf above the freezer that we're gonna store the dry foods. So Missouri cat diet, Missouri omnivore diet, all that good stuff. Right there, from that wall till like I believe right here is 8 foot. So I'm gonna put 3 8-foot enclosures. They're gonna be 8 foot long, 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall. They're gonna be right there. There's gonna be 3 of them. And it'll come up to about right here on the ceiling. Well, the ceiling slopes up. So right here, there's an extra foot or so of space. So I'm gonna put 12x12x18s, which are that size enclosure and that size enclosure. I'm gonna put a row of those along the top of it. Down the center aisles, now if the PetSmart cage goes right here, then it's fine. I'll just put shelves next to it. There's gonna be a couple shelves. They're gonna be all the way up to the ceiling. Well, not this, and they're probably gonna be about a foot below the light. And they're gonna hold 10-gallon enclosures for micro geckos. Some of them will probably hold 20 gallons just in case I wanna get some larger micro geckos like my Pictuses who would need a 20. Even they're in a 10 right now, but they're babies, so they do fine in a 10 as babies. But the rest of the 10 gallons for like dune geckos, because I do plan on getting the other 2 species of dune gecko. I only have the one at the moment. The nose geckos, I didn't mean to burp there, sorry. I kind of want to get this thing called a Studner's dwarf gecko. I'm looking into getting some. And then right here, underneath the window, I'm gonna do a tank shelf, and I'm gonna probably cover this window with a board so that way the light doesn't hit too hard or doesn't fluctuate temperatures. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Don't yell at me, I'll figure it out. Do a shelf right here for my leopard geckos, my fat-toed geckos who are gonna need the 40 gallons. Right here, I'm gonna do an aquarium shelf for fish, because I haven't done fish in a while, and I wanna get back into some fish. So I'm gonna get into that. And yeah, sugar gliders on the back wall, and if I have space left from the sugar glider cages, then we'll do a little tank shelf right there, but I don't know if I'm gonna have space left, so we're gonna figure all this out. We're gonna get the 2 main things. I'm gonna build the 8-foot enclosures are going in first. The big bird cage is coming in next. Then the glider cages are coming in. Those are the 3 big things that I need to build around. So we're gonna get those in here, then work around from there. So that's how we're gonna figure it out. Anyways, guys, that is gonna be all for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you real soon. And drop a comment down below, opinions on the cats. Okay, what kind of videos do you wanna see coming up here soon? Because I'm kinda running out of ideas and I need content. So yeah, comment down below video ideas. So, peace.